I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
It's one of the cases where you see
All
him in a
right.
race with you and you just know you're not going to win. It's a race for second. So
All right, Kevin. Thanks for starting us off here today. For everybody else, welcome back to RR After Dark, the official podcast of the iRacing League Racing Revolution. This podcast, as always, is made possible by our wonderful sponsors, Chapman Environmental Services, Ultimate Siding and Gutters, Butt Kicker, and of course, Simtrax Broadcasting. I am your host, as always, driver of the number 14 Slurp Sodas Ford Mustang, Michael Bennett. And to my left or right, whichever way you're looking at it, I have Kevin Orlando Jr., driver of the number 27 Starry Ford Mustang. Nick Alves, driver of the number 24 Coastal Financial Chevy Camaro. And Justice Murphy, driving the number 12 All About Bugs Chevy Camaro. Today we have a great one in store. We are bringing on one of my favorite Canadians to talk to him, probably the only Canadian I know. After that, we'll get back into our All-Star recap, what happened this week, how tempers flew, how we couldn't finish the race. Then we'll get into our second Monday night special event, and then look at Charlotte coming up. So with that being said, let's bring in the best Canadian I've ever met, Alex Forget Berube, driver of the number 19 PC Express Toyota Camry, and the teammate of mine and Nick's. What's up, buddy?
Bonjour, bonjour.
Oh, so
Oui,
hot.
oui.
There you go.
All right, cool, dude. Thanks for being here with us. Excited to get you on. You're the last member of Performance to get in the podcast. So, dude, we finally got the whole team in here, and hopefully we can work on getting the whole team a win this year too.
Oh yeah, it's very nice to be here tonight. Like I said, Nick got me by surprise today when he texted me. So it's very fun to be here tonight.
Awesome. Well, glad you could join us. We'll just go ahead and jump right into it, dude. So how did you get into iRacing?
That's a funny story because I started, I think, in 2017. I'm not sure exactly when, but I remember starting in rookies, having a bad time in it, then moving to ARCA, and that was too loose, too complicated for me. So I went back to what I thought was better for me, racing with my friends on NASCAR Heat 4, 5. I never went further than that, but we stayed on these game most of the time, and then 3 or 4 guys of these leagues moved to iRacing, so I moved with them, and then from 2019 and from now on, I've been racing.
Nice. Awesome. So when you were on NASCAR Heat, did you still drive with the wheel?
Yep. I was one of the few that were racing with a wheel, and they were all saying that I was cheating with it because I was saving tires way better than they were. But that's the thing with a controller versus a wheel.
Hey, so
Sure.
you said you had a bunch of guys. Where are they at for the league?
Bring the homies.
Well, we all went our separate ways. We're still in touch with each other. We raced each other a lot of times, but now all these leagues that we were all together have died, sadly. So or we're not part of it anymore. So we're still in touch. We play other games together, Rocket League, American Truck Simulator, everything that gaming in general. But we don't much race together.
Well, I can tell you a league that hasn't died yet
This
that
one.
they could come and join, right? Where hey, I think we could probably put some more Canadians on our team, right, Nick?
I'm just
Right.
saying, Bennett,
I
you
think
need
so.
to get an ATS train going with them boys. I mean,
Dude, if there's one thing I can do is I can drive a fucking simulator 18-wheeler.
he can't park it worth the shit. Trust me.
Fuck you! I didn't do it long enough, and then the mouse thing where you got to move it to look. I could get good. I can fly a plane though, not anymore. But yeah. Well, speaking of the league that's not dead, how did you get into RR, Alex?
Well, it's been a while, so obviously it's a bit, I'm not really sure that I remember, but my main lead is that I probably found you guys on Facebook. One of you guys probably put out a post on one of the Facebook page that I'm on about racing leads and things like that, online racing. And I got charmed by how hard I had to race here compared to the other leagues, so that made me stay here and have a lot of fun.
Nice.
Actually, I actually do remember before this season, I reached out to him to be a teammate of ours, Bennett, and he said that he was thinking it was between this league and going to somewhere else, but he ended up staying with us instead.
Yep, because the league that I'm in right now on Monday nights, they changed their the cup schedule to be on Wednesday nights instead of Friday nights, and they changed from Gen 6 to Gen 7. Honestly, if they would have stayed with Gen 6, maybe I would have left here and go with them because I really love the Gen 6 more than I do with the next gen. But when it was either here with you guys or the same thing with with these guys instead, and I felt more at home here than with them.
Warms
Aw.
my heart, Alex.
You're gonna make me cry on the podcast. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you stayed. I definitely know going into our team chat, you can always make me laugh somehow, even if it's shitty. So I'm definitely glad you stayed.
You know,
the
these are the
accent.
things, though. These little things, you know what's inside.
The devil's lettuce.
There you go.
I love it. Before everyone, he's like, "I'll be right back, guys." It's like, oh, okay. All right. Well, and then he gets back, and you're like, dude, he's gonna miss qualifying. Then he shows up right at the last second. And he just throws down a burner. He's like, okay, I'm back.
It's his
It's like, oh,
I'm
okay.
back.
Perform-
I'm back.
yeah, those are his performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah. I don't think there's any rules about it. Justice, you're the rules guy, right? I don't think there's any.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any yet.
Ah, okay.
We may
good.
consider that for season 4.
Well, as long as you know. Never mind.
every Tuesday night, you gotta ship us a piss test express, Alex, so we can test it.
Well, Nick, I think you're the one living closest to him.
I am.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta hand
Directly
deliver
to
it
you.
to Nick every Tuesday morning.
Yep. If somebody's handling his piss, it's you, Nick. No thanks.
As a team owner, I think you should do that.
Yep.
Right.
There it is. You guys just meet at the border, have lunch, grab his piss, and then take
There
off.
you go.
Hey,
What a way to
listen,
meet.
completely off topic, but a funny piss story. One of my employees calls me in his office this morning. He goes, "Hey, how do I get this off my browser?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "We're at work, dog." Walk in there, and apparently he logged into his Gmail and Google Chrome on his laptop, and it said piss gif It was something he had searched on his phone, and I'm like, oh my god.
Jesus. Fired.
Yeah,
Just like,
you're out. Yeah.
no more of that shit here, dude. Get
Uh,
out. Well, Alex, so as you see yourself going through this season, obviously, I was gonna make a comment a second ago, but I figured I'd hold off until now. But obviously, I think everybody in here knows where we saw you winning, right? And where you didn't, but because of the pedals, the French pedals. But when you see yourself going through the season, looking at our schedule, what are the tracks that you look at those tracks and you're like, man, that's where I could dominate?
You see, I don't look at it that way. I look at it the way that as long as it's not a road course, dirt, or short track. Well, that depends if there's banking or not. But short
Mm.
tracks in general are not my thing. So everywhere else, miles and a half, super speedway depends on the luck more than anything else. Because the skills required there, I got it. I think.
Hey, listen here,
Uh,
buddy. Okay, it takes some skill to win at some super
It takes, I
speedways.
know,
Okay.
but it takes luck
All right.
too.
Even if you win because a caution on a green white checkered. Okay, it still counts.
And yeah, so apart from road course and dirt and short tracks, everywhere else, I feel there's always a chance that I can win if I can get in the right position with the right, if the setup isn't how I like it, obviously it's gonna be I'm gonna have a less chance to win. But if I feel good about it and it's a mile or mile and a half, I'm pretty confident about winning.
if we can limit the green flag pit stops at Dover, for sure.
You know
Yes.
what? No, I prefer green flag runs more than yellow cautions, and we restart all bunched up, and everything happens there.
You'd rather hit the barrels than another car. I appreciate
There you go.
that.
I'd
I love
rather
that,
do a
yeah.
mistake by myself than involve everybody
Than
else.
somebody else. Yeah, I get that.
That's fair. We appreciate that.
Someone does. One of
Hey
us.
Nick, hold on, Nick. I need you to take advice from Alex on that. Rather make
Hey,
some
do
I
we
didn't
want
hit
to talk about you?
anybody last week.
Do we want to talk about you shipping it in this past week?
I'm sure that's coming
Yesterday?
up. Don't worry.
Okay,
I'm sure that's
okay.
coming up. Yeah.
We'll get back. That's my fault. My fault.
Yeah.
Talking
A little
about
off
hitting things
topic
this
there.
week. I'm sure there's something else we'll talk about, right, Justice?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, all right. So speaking of that, Alex, how did you like the All-Star format? Now, obviously, you along with everybody in here, right? Everybody in
Yep.
here was all in the top 14, pre-qualified in. But as far as the format, looking at the heat or the opens, qualifying in to then the main one set of tires had to go 50 laps at a short track, which was wild. How'd you feel about it?
I really liked it. Obviously, I'm gonna separate the format versus the track, and these are two opposite. I have two opposite opinions on it. Format was awesome, those that were locked in like us, the requirement for that were pretty fair. And then the how the heats were and how we all get into the session after that, everything was pretty cool. The one pit stop at the lap 50, that was nice to force us to only take tires there. That was intriguing because we didn't know if we were gonna do green flags or yellows most of the time. So do we save tires at the beginning, the end? We didn't know. So that was very nice. But obviously the track, that was something else for me. But yeah, I'd rather the old All Star at Charlotte. That was my favorite kind of race.
Hey,
Well, I mean, it's not the All-Star, but we'll be there next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so you
For a
get the best of both
long
worlds.
time. We'll be there
Long
for a
time,
long
too.
time.
Longer the better.
Well, you got it, buddy. Longest
You
race
got-
of the
yeah.
year.
as
It'll
long as
be
you
3
can't make a
hours.
mistake.
There you go.
Yeah. A lot of green flag pit stops though, big dog.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nick, did you have something to say? I know I cut you off a second
I
ago.
was just gonna ask Alex, cause I know he was talking about the track and how he didn't like it, but what was the furthest you got up to out of the 16 guys in the actual All-Star race? Like how far did you make it up to the front?
At some point, I was in the top 4. At some point.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure you were in the
at
wall.
At the end, I was, I think, in the last 10 laps before all the green checkered flag happened, I was there in contention, but the guys in front just went away every time, and I was struggling on restart especially, so it wasn't really my cup of tea.
Right. Speaking, I forgot to ask you. With this is a little off topic again, but the choose cone. How do you like the choose cone this year with what we've implemented?
Well, the choose cone in general is a rule that I don't really. Well, it's intriguing to watch, but I don't like to apply it to me in the races. So I like watching it on TV. It's there's strategy about it, and that's what's making it fun into the races. But I like the old systems. You pit and you fight with the person that is next to you to know if you're starting on the outside or the inside. I thought that was more interesting on the pit road than just on the yellow, just choosing wherever you want to go.
Do you
But
like having the option though to go inside or outside depending on what track we are? If like you're more comfortable on like the restarts, would you rather be inside and outside or outside?
yeah, obviously that's a fact that you can deny. You get the choice. You get to choose whenever you want where you want to go. But I preferred the terminal one by pit stops before.
Alright, so we're gonna go with because you're French, you don't like it, but that's okay. We don't discriminate.
I think he's the first one on the show to say he doesn't like it. So
He is.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is.
All right.
always
well,
got to be different, don't you?
Hey,
There
It's
you
okay.
go. Well,
It's okay. We didn't need your help in the Civil War anyway. It's whatever.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The Civil War.
Oh,
Not the Revolutionary.
It's Revolutionary
y'all
War.
talking
Revolutionary
about,
War.
dude?
Oh my,
Oh my
French.
god.
He's French.
He's
Nick.
Canadian.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
French
Nick.
Canadian. It's the same thing. French.
No.
Okay.
That's not at all it.
Oh,
If it was the same, it would
Okay,
just be
Alex.
one thing.
No,
Alex,
if I was
yes.
French, my accent would be way more pronounced. Like I would speak like that instead of speaking like that. I way more.
It didn't
You-
sound
that-
any
that's the
different, dude.
Canadian in me.
It didn't sound any different, dude.
I love that.
Let's speak
Okay,
Nobody,
like
hold
that.
on.
nobody
So-
can understand.
So
Like
Alex,
nobody can tell the
when
difference.
you speak French, is it called speaking French?
No, it's well, officially yes, but everyone here
Case
will
dismissed.
call it
Move on.
Québécois.
Case dismissed. Move on.
Shut the fuck up. Let us talk.
Because you
No,
got
I mean-
French from France and French Canadian, which is called Québécois.
What?
That's so
You
sexy.
should
Québécois.
try
I don't know
that
what it says.
Louisiana.
I should write it.
Yeah, that's
I
a
should write
totally
it down more
different
than
thing
anything
too.
else,
That's
but
what do they call the
there's-
Louisiana
Dude,
French?
and the way he,
Cajun
the
French,
way
Creole,
he,
they call
right?
it Creole.
hey, can you say,
Creole.
Alex? Can you say French again? The way you did it?
French.
No,
Like,
France. No, say
français.
France.
France.
Yeah,
France.
France. I like
That's
that.
the right way.
That's the
That's the
right way.
Oh shit, he's actually fucking, French, dude.
Yeah.
He can say France the
Little known
right
fact,
way.
I'm also
Oh.
French.
Do you
Uh.
speak French?
Some.
Hey,
you?
I'll tell people to excuse my French a time or two.
Ah, I forgot what Alex taught us to say.
I like the shit out of French
Oh,
fries.
you're right. He did teach us something useful.
Thanks.
He told me what that fucking song
Yes,
says.
there you go,
Yeah.
Bennett.
Yeah, he told me what that fucking song says, and that is crazy, dude. My mom was just letting me jam out to that shit when I was like 6 years old, dude. Fucking
Okay,
playing.
well, you know what's the worst
I'm
in it?
assuming you're talking about the song about sleeping with someone.
Yes, that
Yes.
one.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
you know what? What's the worst in it is that you guys in English didn't really know before I explained it to you what it meant. You were singing it like that. We sing it with
And-
fully
and
knowing
you
what
know
it
what
means.
it
Know what it
means.
means.
That's a full understanding, and they walk around singing it at
There
5
you
years
go.
old.
Dude. Dude, it's so funny. Like, I love it. That is one benefit. Learning it. We're basically, me and Nick basically have like Babbel at our hands, or like the Rosetta Stone, just right there. Learn whatever we want in French, dude. It's awesome.
Rosetta Forget Berube.
Yeah, there it is. Well, let's move on to the All-Star recap. Kind of talk about what happened there. And I think I really like. I don't think there's a better story than what happened to the All About Barrels 12 car. So I think we'll run into that. No pun intended. And let you take that one from there.
You want me to start with that? Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
I think
Would
everybody
you prefer
that
me to
listens
tell
here.
everyone about it?
Yeah, again, and I said this before the pod, I wouldn't have even got busted for it, if I had not brought it up. So, Patrick, for anybody that watched the broadcast, if you could tell, he was sick, kind of under the weather. So, they had Rob help him with the opens. Well, of course, none of us were available to help him during the All Star race until I was out of the car, and Stella reached out and was like, "Hey, can you come help? Like, Patrick needs to be able to mute his mic, cough, all that." So I just need somebody to fill air, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." And so I guess they asked me, or it just came up about why I was not in the car. And
Sure.
what happened was when Trevor ran you over, Alex, and spun you, and you said okay, and then Bennett told you it wasn't enough words. When he ran you over, you're spinning, and everybody's checking up. Like, I'm the next car in line checking up. Trevor's up above me in your left rear, whatever. Parker's checking up behind him. I don't know what Blake was doing. Blake was not paying attention. He was half-assing the brake pedal, then hit the gas and just like pushed me into your front left. And so I was like, well, I need to go down pit road and repair whatever front end damage I have because I took my fast repaired halfway. So I was like, I'll go repair this damage, whatever. Well, I thought that we were further back in like 3 and 4 and like more at pace speed. So I'm just kind of driving like this, like just kind of cranking it, thinking I'll just turn down pit road and be fine. Well, I'm looking up at my TV that has the broadcast going, watching the replay back. So I know just how mad to be at Blake. And as that's happening, I look up and go, "Oh my God," and smoked. So at Wilkesboro, there's a tire, like a half tire, right before the pit wall. Excuse me. I absolutely smoked it. Next thing you know, I'm up in the air. Car's done. It was definitely an Alex at Dover moment where I was like, "Oh, I
Hey,
fucked
Nick,
this."
That's
Nick,
why I'm
real-
relating
just-
to
Nick,
it
real
so
quick,
much.
can we play that for the
Yeah, is there a
way
for the
we can pull
viewers
that
on
up?
YouTube
And so
to see this?
my exact quote was on the broadcast, I probably shouldn't have brought that up because it's probably going to end up on a TikTok. And needless to say, our guest from last week
Yep.
absolutely delivered with a TikTok that the people love, needless to say.
Oh, it was great.
Uh,
Yeah, it was great. Can you share your screen or something, Nick, and play it?
Share it there and let it
Oh,
record.
hold
play.
on
Doing it,
one
yeah.
second. Trying to pull it up.
Yeah,
here.
TK delivered with that TikTok, man.
Yeah, big-
that was.
Big shout
Where
out
was
to the
that TikTok
15.
posted? I just saw it earlier.
I think it was in
It's
It's-
in
general.
photos, but I was
in
trying to get the
photos
actual
and
Discord
media,
link, but
Oh,
it's not
okay.
gonna do it. So I gotta do it this way. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
I
it was
reposted it on my
awesome.
TikTok because it was fantastic.
Yep. This is the second moment, and I'm gonna tune into this too. 'Cause I wanna-
I am too.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch.
Yep.
It's
So-
not gonna be a big thing, but here we go.
I probably shouldn't have said that because now that's going to be a clip on a TikTok.
Roses are red. The hangover is lit.
6-1 odds our car is beat to shit.
Never gets old.
You can
Oh,
watch it over and
it's-
over. It never gets old.
So good. So good.
If you guys keep it up at this rate, we're gonna have a compilation amount of people hitting the pit wall by the end of the season.
We for sure will. If that's not in the highlight video at the end of the season that we do. If there's a-
Really quick shout out to Trevor Keith at KeithStone48. That's the number 48 on TikTok. Follow.
if you want to go repost that, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Go
but
give him
yeah,
a like, give him a follow.
The funny part, hey, I told everybody, and I told Rob first thing this morning. So Rob was in there calling the opens, and he said something about somebody launching like they worked at NASA. I didn't know that because I couldn't hear the broadcast last night. And then as I'm in the booth and I said that, I was like, Yeah, I hit the wall. Next thing you know, I'm looking up at the sky like I'm on Apollo 11. So here we are. I guess we're just a NASA race broadcast now.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of people go airborne. I'm glad that Trevor captured that moment for us, though. That's the second funniest moment that we have from him. Last week we showed the first. And honestly, to your comment, Kevin, I hope we have a whole entire compilation of people being jackasses the whole year.
I hope so.
And I hope, dude, we're gonna have so many hits. We're gonna put it on TikTok or the Instagram. We need to do that, Plague. Like admin, get the funniest moments together, best moments, and at the end of the season we should have like a compilation where we can all go into general, share a screen, and everybody can watch like the end of it. Like I think that would be super fucking dope. So
Kind of like
noting
a
it here.
award show, like award
Kinda.
show and roast at the end of the season.
Yeah, hey, we
Yeah.
could even do that. Yeah, dude, like bring everybody into general and present awards and shit. Like that would be super fun.
Yeah, most airtime
I
recorded.
like it.
It would be
Yeah.
Michael Bennett. Oh, no, you're not talking about when they talk about him.
Oh,
I've never,
yeah,
I've
no,
never
season
seen a
season
broadcast
2.
talk about the 13th place car so much. I mean,
Hey, I'm a people person, dog. People like me. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's something.
I don't know
so-
why.
they s- that I, well, I don't know. I know why they don't like you, Kevin, 'cause you're an asshole. But
golly. Went all the
Guaranteed.
way in that. All right.
no, I was actually gonna make a big nose comment, but then I was like, "Fuck, Kevin's got a big nose too," and then then that's what brought me to the asshole thing. Well, as we're shouting out Trevor Keith, let's talk about penalties last night. A huge thing in our open races
Yeah.
for Trevor and for Jeff, both leading the race, both getting penalized, and both ending up losing that race. Nick, you want to start with it?
Yeah, so Trevor got his in the first heat, which he was the leader at the time, and he changed lanes before the start finish line. And you're not allowed to change the lane that you're starting in until you cross the start finish line. So he was giving a drive-through penalty under green, took his drive-through penalty. I don't believe he was a lap down or anything like that, but he ended up coming back through the field. He didn't end up winning that heat. Dylan Smoot, shout out to Dylan Smoot. He won the first heat. And then Jeff received the penalty in heat number 2. And this was because when we do the choose cone, admins clear all black flag penalties after a lap or two after we've went green. And we noticed that Jeff had a penalty, and he was the only one to have a penalty under that that restart. So we went back and we looked why he may have had the penalty, and it was clear cut that he went gassed up his car before the before the restart zone, excuse me. And we decided that that is clear cut. That's a restart violation, and he received an EOL on the following restart, which actually coincidentally Trevor Keith won that heat too. So he made up for his mistake. Jeff, unfortunately, I think the closest he got was third or second in that heat.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
he
one
was
was
leading.
that one was weird because I think I was the only one that realized that what happened, and I was like, "Hey, wait, Jeff was the leader, and he was the only one that had a black flag." So, yeah, that one was awkward.
Yeah.
And then explaining what happened with it, I know Rob, as his teammate, also an admin, was in admin chat afterwards saying, "Hey, that was BS," and like, no, I mean, we have the video evidence of what happened. So, it just sucked that it came to that. I hated to see both leaders take a penalty that kind of screwed them. The only reason Jeff got the EOL, he was going to get a drive-through, but they got a caution. So he just ended up getting the EOL. So it didn't burn him quite as badly. He had a chance if he could have got back up there.
If you remember, Trevor got the drive-through, and caution
Mhm.
came out while he was driving through the pit, so he wasn't able to just take the EOL there. But I think it ended up working out for him anyway. But yeah, in both cases, cautions came out right after the penalty. I was trying to tell Trevor in the team chat, give it a lap or so. They're gonna wreck. He's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go take it, get it done with." Well, he did. It worked out in the end, but
Yep, he made. I mean, he made it into the actual
Somehow.
final. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, you hate to see that when drivers come in especially people like these two in particular, both really dominating. Like Trevor dominated the first one, fucked himself. Dylan Smoot capitalized on it, not taking anything away from Dylan at all. And then in the next one, like I said, Jeff was out there in front. Didn't have a lot of people on him anything. Screws himself, and then then Trevor, of course, comes back up and makes up for what he did in the first one. So hate to see it, but it's good to know that when rules are broken, they're policed correctly, though. Especially for the entire league, people who are in that admin chat, making sure that we know it's always going to be fair, right? So good job on you guys, and it sucks for them, man. Let's talk about this is another race. And this one I guess isn't necessarily like Bristol Dirt, but I kind of got the same vibe off of it as Bristol Dirt. It was more of a carefree race. This one wasn't worth any points. I think a lot of people knew that, and then there was a lot of tomfoolery, we could say.
I mean, while I kind of agree, I do think there was a bit more tomfoolery than used to. I don't want to discredit the fact that it is a hard track in these cars, and I think a lot of what we saw yesterday was just, the urgency that comes with the fact that the only place that matters is first. No points on the line. You got to do what it takes. I know it was mentioned last night that all these wrecks were not happening in the front racing for the lead. They were all back in the pack. And I kept, reinstating with that, like, yeah, it was happening back in the pack because we still got to get to the front to battle for the lead. We got to get there. So, I mean, but yeah, for how much I do think there was, of course, a little bit less give and take. I don't think it was so much tomfoolery as it was just pushing as hard as you can on a track that already wants to kill you in every turn anyway.
Yeah, you got the guys in the back that are wrecking, but that's because as soon as that first wreck happens, it was like in the mid pack. Those guys are now in the back trying to make their way through. The guys that moved up positions, like, oh crap, like we're closer to the front now. We gotta be more aggressive to make it to the front. And uh, I think you just saw the aggression out of everybody, and everybody basically just said, well, hey, it's not for points, it's all for fun. Let me see if I can shove it in there 3 wide or whatever. But for the most part, there was a lot of cautions. It was a short track, but I think you also saw the skill in the All-Stars of how they're able to race so closely together. Yeah, there was cautions here and there, but there was a lot of saves happening all over the place with people hitting the wall, people getting bumped into the corners with everything. So that's the other thing that I took away from it too, is that the guys that made it in the All-Star race were the guys that should have been there because they're the ones that could have put on the best show for all of us.
I think if you put those same 16 drivers on that track in a points paying race, we probably would have run most of those 100 laps green. Because there was a lot of situations where, hell, it started for me at the drop of the green flag, right? I'm starting 11th. Well, you know what that means. I've got to get forward before we get that set of tires. What do I do on lap 8? Send it into turn 3 underneath Kevin. Thought I'll just get to Kevin's door, like with the right front. It'll shove him up not even a half a lane, and we'll both go on, but then I'm to his inside and I can try to get past him. Instead, I got to his door and it spun me. So the aggression was just ratcheted up because I'm not going to do that on lap 9 if I need a solid points day kind of deal. So I really think that it, like you said, Nick, it showed why the 16 of us that were in that race and deserved to be there. Because I really do think that if it was a points paying race, it would have been mostly green flag. We would not have had 15 cautions like we did last night.
I wouldn't have had as much fun if it was a points paying race, though.
Oh, no.
I would agree. Yeah, we ran, I guess, back in the old league days. We ran that truck race there, and I can tell you it was not fun.
No, not really. And the trucks are more fun at that track than the cup cars are. But it's all about getting the right circumstance for it.
Yep.
So, Alex, obviously everyone knows this, you're an aggressive guy in the league. How did you feel about the All-Star race and the level of aggression that you had to take to try to make it to the front?
Well, obviously, the urgency from the back going to the front was there all night long. Even well, I was at the back, so most of the time, so I know how it was. I saw people doing moves that I personally would have done. I saw people retreat from moves that I would have done, but at the end, I think the aggressive moves that we saw were justified, and like it was all run just to get first place at the end. So that was the only place that was worth something. Otherwise, you just go back home and you know sit and relax. So I obviously I had fun. I had fun repairing my car and going from the back and go towards where I could. Then go in the pits, repair, and go back, go pits, go. I was doing that all the first stage. That was fun. That was fun overall. Yeah, it was aggressive. Yeah, there was a lot of yellow, but that was fun.
Glad
Oh,
you had
good.
fun, buddy. Even me blocking you when I thought I was clear and us wrecking together, brother. Yeah, it was a great time.
That's our captain. All right. Well, let's talk about how those same 16 All Stars took 6 tries to finish the race. That was impressive. Honestly, at some point, I was gonna key up and just say, dude, let's do all 15. Fuck it. Like, we might as well. Let's go ahead and just set a record. And I even with the 6, that's definitely a record. I know we had on way more, just because it was the All Star race, but yeah, it was wild. Seeing some guys like old Baldy himself spinning out. The race is almost over. I think on our second or third green white checkered, and then spins out. Leaders got past the line, and then iRacing called it. We went back and tried it again.
Yeah, actually, I didn't realize this. Grant actually was the one that pointed it out. It's when the initial incident or contact happens that brings
Starts.
out the yellow. Yeah, that brings out the yellow. So the incident happens when the leaders are exiting 4. The caution comes out when the leaders are past the start finish line. It still goes back to where they were on the initial contact. So that's why even I thought the race was over. That's why we kept going.
Yeah, we were back and forth in the booth. We thought it was over, and I was like, no, they're re-racking. Like they're getting ready to go again.
With how that last one went, I'm not sure that race should have ended there. I think it would have been a lot better for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I wish it wouldn't have. I could have used one more.
Where'd you end up, Bennett?
13th.
Oh, yeah, you could
Yeah.
use a
I
couple.
mean, the biggest problem was nobody was catching the 3 Element X guys.
No.
Although they did try to wreck each other on the second or third to last one. I wasn't sure if Caleb was going to get into Rob's left rear, Rob get into Jeremy's, but it was about to be a mess.
Those 3 shouldn't have been 1, 2, 3. Me and Kevin and James were in the mix, and then good old ex teammate likes
Yeah.
to move people out of the way. So
One particular person decided to give me the boot.
you mean the 54 car?
That was the second time.
Oh, okay.
54 car making friends, dog. Making friends everywhere. Well, speaking of that, you guys have on here short track tempers. For the All Star race, I didn't feel like there were a lot of tempers, but somebody want to touch on that?
I just threw it
The
in
only
there
person I
as
heard
like
get mad
as
was
like a
Justice.
topic. And that was mostly at himself, I think.
Oh, I feel like that's normal. Though. I
No,
feel
it
like
was
we
at
can't like
Blake's,
count.
but
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like we
Blake.
can't count Justice getting mad anymore. It's like
I think if it was a points paying race and you saw what was happening, then a lot more
Oh,
people
I
would
think it
have
would have
been
been chaos.
pissed
Absolutely.
off.
I think
Yeah.
the bitch box would have been like
Would've been
blown up.
popping off, yeah.
Yeah, it would there would be no more bitch box because it would have been so bad. Like,
Yeah.
but without it being like you said, no points. I feel like for the majority, everybody stayed kind of level headed.
No, everyone really enjoyed themselves, I think. I think it was a nice little off race for everyone just to still race but have like a nice calm like soothing race. I know we had a lot of caution, so everyone was just putting around, but I felt like we kept the temper and mood up a little bit, talking here and there and joking with everybody.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the most annoying thing that happened last night.
It was the best part of it.
Some of us will say
Something.
annoying. We'll take a poll in general later on. Some of us enjoyed it. Was Nick's stupid ass choose cone rules that
Nick,
he did.
would you like to share with our viewers what we're talking about here?
I
Alright, so
want you to
without-
share because I
with-
need them to know how stupid this was.
Oh god. So we had a lot of cautions, and usually one of the admins will mic up and say we're choosing this time by when we hit the 2 to go, so all the drivers know that we're choosing. So it got to a point at like the third caution, I think, when I was like, you know what, let's make it fun, when we're doing the choose cone. So I'd mic up and sing a little tune to the choose cone. There was one where I went ding dong, oh, it's not Jehovah's Witness at your door, it's the choose cone. We're choosing this time by.
Ring ring, it's not the telemarketer, it's the choose cone. I was like, I'm about to be your admin.
Dude, oh
right
god.
I will give you one, and the only one that I thought was worth a fuck was when you did the Bruce Buffer impersonation.
Oh, okay. So
That
wait, am I
one-
allowed to do it right now?
No, you're not. But
Aw.
I will tell you that was the only one. Now, the reason I didn't say anything to you last night is because it was number 16.
he
did.
was already mad at that point.
I was already fucking gone. I was like, dude, you're embarrassing the team. You're fucking. I was like, we've all got to like, you're the captain, but you're fucking this up. But I know some people, like Alex, obviously, enjoyed the shit out of it. Kevin was playing along, of course. Jeremy just absolutely fueling the fucking fire. I wish Trevor was here because I know he
Oh,
felt
Trevor
the
was
same
as
way about
miserable
it.
as you were. 100%.
But real no, it did put a little a little twist on everything. I will say that you at least kept it interesting while there was a bunch, even though I didn't particularly like it. I know everybody enjoyed it.
Can't have them all.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Nah, you can't. Don't thank me. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on to another non-points paying race that we've got coming up here very soon. For everybody who has been with us since the first one, what did we do as the first one? We went to
First one
That was
was a
Long
Long
Beach.
Beach Grand Prix.
Long Beach.
That went
This
so
time-
well.
Oh, that's right. And our very own Jacob Sirkovich won that one. Who's at the beach this week? Well,
Go figure.
maybe he can do it again. Maybe he's our Monday night menace.
No,
But
that is
we've
correct.
He's a menace
Ah.
every night.
you know what the fuck I meant. I was trying to give him a compliment. Anyways, Indy 500. That's gonna be at
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Did you
Right.
really forget that? Indy 500 in Monaco.
What cars are we
Perfect.
using, guys?
Perfect. So
We're gonna use
yeah,
the British Grand Prix touring cars.
beautiful.
Hey,
Anyways.
it's actually the Indy 250. I do want to point that out. We are not running 200 laps.
Yeah, we're only doing
Oh,
100.
come on.
God.
Oh,
Only
cool,
100.
Nick. Let's put that on the sheet. All right. So, anyways, doing the Indy 250, in California, somewhere in a discreet location.
Did you say
Um,
California?
Yeah,
Nick,
it's
it's a joke.
Oh,
it's a joke. All right. Monday night. It's gonna be fun. Who we think's gonna come through on this one?
I have a actually let's pick a winner for everybody for this one really quick because I have a secret pick that I think is gonna win this just because he loves these cars, and it's gonna be Parker.
Fuck you. I literally was just gonna say Parker. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with my pick then because he's the only person I've seen run him, and he does pretty well. Is 21, Trevor.
Okay.
Like he's gonna have a good shot at it. Alex, who you think?
Does any of you guys like these cars? Because I've never run these with you, so I have no idea who to pick.
Do you own the car?
I haven't ran the car.
I do have the car.
Sweet, show up Monday.
Nah.
There you go.
Be
So,
there.
Nick, you're my
Alright,
pick.
guys.
there.
All right, Nick's the pick. Justice.
You got to pick somebody that's actually going to show up. That'd be the hard part. I'd take Grant.
Oh,
Okay,
Grant will be
good
there
pick.
100%.
All right.
Can I pick
Kevin?
myself for this one?
I
Absolutely
would have picked myself if I could.
If
Nah,
we do that every week, it's just like I'm fucking winning.
No, most of the time I'm not. I know for a fact most of the time I'm not winning. I just the Indy cars and circle tracks seem to go good for me. But no, if I can't pick myself, I'm gonna have to go with someone unexpected, and go with. Hold on, give me a second here. We're gonna go with James Loveland if he comes out, because I've seen him race other cars before, and he seems to do good in all of them.
You could have.
So-
Are
So
we talking about unexpected, like Loveland winning?
or no,
that's
showing
what-
up, showing up. I believe he means.
I mean,
Oh.
winning. We've seen him win in the. Was it the Xfinity car last time we saw him win, or did he win the Cup?
No, we
Oh,
just
he
no,
won.
we just
He
saw
won
him-
Dover.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just saw him
That's right.
win
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
And I guess it's not that unexpected, but
All right, well, James Loveland.
fine.
Hey,
I'm just.
good,
It's whatever. Loveland.
good
So,
pick. It's okay. We're all making mistakes.
Alex,
today,
do you understand the IndyCar at all? Like, you know how like to change your engine modes and stuff like that to like save fuel and stuff like that. Cool. We're gonna have a
Nope.
long talk. We're gonna have a long talk, buddy. Don't worry.
We're
Just
not
show
gonna
up-
say
show-
anything
you know
about
anything
shit
about
like
the
that
weight
right now.
jacker to help the arrow at all.
Yeah, show up Monday, and we'll talk throughout the whole week.
Yeah, we
Perfect.
could probably talk. We could probably talk this weekend
Okay.
about it, and that way, yeah. So now, when is this?
Monday.
This-
night.
This Monday. This
Yeah.
upcoming Monday.
Yes, this
Memorial
upcoming
Memorial
Monday.
Day.
Yes.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Day.
Running Indy cars.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Gonna have a couple
might-
of hungover people racing Monday
Say
night.
I might drink again. All right. Well, anybody who's listening, show the fuck up. We need people out there. Now is this
Mama Burns, make Jeremy show
It's
up.
RR only.
He should.
okay? Yep. Yeah, Mama Burns reaching out to you. I heard she was gonna be a guest on this podcast.
It's in the
I
works.
asked Jeremy
It's in the
earlier, and
works.
he said that it was a distinct possibility.
All right. Well, Mama Burns, do your magic. Get Jeremy there. Well, I guess we'll see you pretty soon. Charlotte. Let's go there. I'm excited for it. It's going to be the longest fucking race of the year. I'm not super excited about that. We already raced late enough.
Come
That'll
from
be
a
about
guy
a
that's 2
3-hour
hours
race.
behind everybody else.
Hey,
Yeah.
I also get up the same fucking time you do.
Time to get up for work.
I get 4:30. What time you getting up, Mr. Coastal Financial?
Like
All right.
quarter of
so,
7.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Getting up the same time, right? All right. How we feeling about Charlotte? Who won last year?
Trevor.
Hey, fuck that guy.
Trevor.
'cause
Okay,
it should
cool.
have been me.
Nobody
It
wants the
should have been
21 to win.
you in 13th place. Yeah.
At Charlotte. Yeah, the
you're
only
so
reason I
close.
finished in the only reason I finished in 13th is because he wrecked me from the lead, Kevin.
What else does he do?
Great
what he
point.
does best.
Honestly, somebody clips that. That's what we need for the end of year compilation when we bring up the 21 car. That's exactly what we need. Somebody.
Yeah, 'cause I was up
Compilation of him
there-
driving through people for the lead. It's fine.
I was running third, and we had that caution. I took 2 tires because we have like 6 laps left, and it put me in the lead. And then coming down the back, Trevor hung a left into my right rear, and next thing you know, I was Kyle Larson at Vegas.
Could have been worse. I mean, at least you finished on the lead lap.
I still got a lead lap finish.
I
It didn't kill
was-
my car.
I was 17 laps down at the end of that one.
Ooh.
Not a boy.
And
What happened to you in that race? I don't remember.
I got wrecked on like lap 4, and it destroyed my car. So I was limping it around all
Yeah.
night. It was
That's
awful.
do you have the
The
results up
longest
right
race
there?
of the season, and my
Yeah, I
car
just
was wrecked
pulled 'em
for the whole thing.
Lap 4, yeah.
Mhm.
Where did I
Uh,
finish at Charlotte last year?
I don't remember either.
9th.
Oh shit!
Bennett got 9th. Alex, where
That was probably my first top 10 in the next gen.
Hey,
I'll
hey
see 'em.
Alex, you didn't fucking show up.
Nah,
So,
How dare you.
That's the
that's
noise.
why I don't
That's
remember.
the-
yeah.
That's that's the noise you made yesterday.
Yeah,
Love it.
that was like the second or third race where Patrick started having us do cameras on the broadcast, and he's like, "I knew not to go to your camera when I saw that you were spun around, and I'm like, oh yeah, I literally just was like head down on the wheel, like, what in the world do I have to do to win? And
Well, you
apparently
got
the
one
answer
pretty
was
soon
go to
after.
Daytona Road.
I was gonna say you got one pretty soon after. So longest race of the year we're gonna have. We're only going to it once, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
cool.
We go to the Roval in the playoffs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the stages. What are the laps?
Lap 50
Anybody know?
and lap 100, I believe.
And we are doing a total of
200 laps.
200 laps.
200 laps. So we're doing 50, 100. So we're gonna have 50, 50, and then a 100 lap run.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's gonna be
You-
awesome.
You cannot make it to each stage without making a pit stop.
Correct.
Awesome.
The second stage will be close, depending if we run the entire first stage.
I did a test. It's like 31, 32, maybe
Okay, yeah,
33
so
if
it's
you can
not even
stretch it.
close.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to make 3 green flag pits in the last.
You have to make more than that. If we run green except for the 2 stage cautions, you're gonna make
Well, no, it's
5
not-
green flag pit stops.
Well, no, I'm talking about just in the last
Oh,
stage.
like for the last
We're
one.
gonna
yeah.
have to make 3
Mhm.
Yeah,
because we won't be able to make it on 2.
that
Yeah,
is correct.
true.
Is that
Yeesh.
Grant math or is that your math?
Yeah,
That's
this
top
is,
of the-
That's
top
not
of
that's
his
not
head math.
verified.
Actually,
verified.
you may have to stop 3 times fuel wise. It'd be
That's what I
close.
just said.
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
that.
That is literally
oh, he
what he
said
just
3.
said.
Okay, I thought
Yeah,
he said.
yeah.
I was thinking 2. Yeah,
No, you're not
The-
gonna be able to stop 2.
thing
You're
is,
gonna have to
though-
do 3.
There's I think we're only having 6 extra sets of tires, so you're gonna
No, we
have
have
to
7.
oh, never mind. I was gonna say you gotta be strategic with how you take your tires, but never mind.
No, because our minimum amount is 5. It was 5, 6, 7.
So you
Seven.
should be able
This
to
is
take
the
it-
only
the
race
only
we get
one.
7.
This is the only one you get 7. That's right, because it's.
So you should be
600.
able to take a set every time you pit.
Yeah, you shouldn't have
realistically.
any
Could,
problems with
yeah.
tires.
You should
Last
you should end the
season
race
we
with
only
0.
had 6.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's because some guys didn't take it in stage 1, some guys didn't take it in stage 2, and you saw the fall off between each of those.
That's what I'm saying. Because we
Yeah.
only had 6, everybody
Yep.
decided either
Which
save
one.
a set in 1 or 2.
Yep.
That was it made it fun, but yeah,
did.
7 will make it interesting.
Well, I'm excited. I'm hoping this is gonna be the end of my really shitty drought that I'm in, where
I
I've
hope it's
fallen,
not
like-
for your sake. I hope that I get the good finish and stuff.
That's okay. I'm still locked in the playoffs. Anyways, I have fallen 8 spots, and I'm not super happy about it. But
Alex,
for
how do
now,
how do you
until
feel
the
about
end
a
of
long
it-
race?
Long
Over 12 car.
race. Love
Long
it.
race.
Mile and a half. Love it. So I
You
think
got
you got your
a-
answer.
You got an empty bottle next to you just in case?
An empty what?
Empty bottle?
Empty bottle.
I
Just
don't
in
need
case?
it.
You know,
It's always
oh,
right after the
devil's
devil's
lettuce.
lettuce. There you go.
Jesus, dude, that's gonna be a lot of time to not use the bathroom. Might have to use that second stage as just hey, cool, we're gonna go to the back now and work our way back up. I'm gonna go take a piss. All right, well, unless you guys have anything else to talk about, Charlotte. Let's talk a little bit about any strategies, any tire wear, anything anybody needs to be looking out for at Charlotte.
Tires will be
Shifting.
with LB again. Yeah, we'll be shifting if you want any kind of pace off the corner.
I
Now,
like
this
the
is
walls better when they were yellow.
So you know where you hit it? So you make it
Oh,
black
yeah.
before the end of the night?
Nice black scuff up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is weird like having to shift in these cars now at the 1.5 miles. That I will say that it's weird just because the RPMs are so low when you hit the rev limiter, so it makes them very aerotight. And it's just easier to shift to carry speed.
You got to be very careful coming off the corner, especially I'd say off of 4 is probably
Mhm.
the more
Oh yeah.
prone to the wall because you're just coming at an angle and you think you have a lot more room because it's a diagonal because it's the way the front stretch is. But yeah, aerotight, like Justice was saying, like I did a few officials, guys on the outside just pinch you down on the inside and they just make you lift. It's a chicken game really, who's gonna lift, who's not, and who's willing to sacrifice their car to get one position basically. But we'll see who's willing to do that on Wednesday night for 200 laps.
The race anybody can win. I mean, we've seen it. Like everybody knows, Austin Dillon's not in the best equipment, but has won this thing just because fuel mileage and things happen. Plays out. Dale Jr. runs out in turn 4 in 2011. Kevin Harvick wins the race from 3rd place. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we get any cautions. I mean, if we get them, it's going to be when the field's packed up. If we get spread out and start green flag pitting, we're not getting a yellow. We've proven that.
Yeah, I don't expect a yellow in stage 3 at all. Like the last 100 laps, I doubt that's gonna happen.
I agree.
No, but at this track, a late race restart would definitely be interesting.
Oh, I'd love to see it if I'm not
Yeah.
like leading or in the top 5 and with a clear
Yeah, as long as you're not
advantage.
involved in it, huh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
All right. Is
Yeah,
Kylie
so-
gonna be there?
God.
I hope so.
no.
I hope
Well,
so.
I can tell you your odds go up by 75% if the 99 car shows up.
Well,
All
I
right,
can
well-
tell you someone else who will be there. 2 cars coming back.
Who's the 2 car?
Two.
Oh,
Hoya!
Joseph.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
And he's already been practicing, and he is running 30.4s, which was our pace last year.
Is he doing the
So-
600 to practice for it?
I don't think so. I don't know what he's been doing, but he's been asking me, "Hey, what's a good lap time? I've been running this, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Go
But I
run
look,
NIS practice.
Yeah,
Dog.
run
That's how you
going to
learn.
practice.
hey, he's been running.
He's,
So
he's C class now, right? So yeah,
He's
I mean,
C-class.
he can get NIS practice. That's where he needs to go. Go
yeah,
watch what they're doing in there.
Watch the Coke series.
Actually,
I learned a lot watching Casey last night.
I had
Yeah.
I had one question for Alex before we get to our favorite part of the podcast. Alex, I don't think we've ever asked you this. Are you racing on a single, triples, and what are you using for like your equipment?
My wheel is a Logitech 920. Yeah, there we go. All my setup is based on Logitech. Most of my keyboard is, my mouse is, my headset is, and my monitor is a ultra wide one.
Oh, how what size is it?
32-inch, I think.
All right, so for perspective, because I'm on push to talk here, I'm gonna do 2 different sizes with my hands, and you tell me which one looks more accurate.
The first one.
32.
There you go. It's not
That's what
that
you
big.
just fucking said, Nick.
But he said he didn't know.
Oh.
Well, Nick, it was
dude.
pretty clear, to be honest, when he showed it on the
Well-
camera
well,
that
it's-
it wasn't
well,
a 49.
It's like,
different
hey guys, which one's a
perspective.
foot? This one? Or this one? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
what are we
Yeah.
fucking doing here? You know? All right. Well,
Depends on
so
who you ask to measure.
well, yeah, I guess. Well, Alex, I guess it would be different for both of us, huh?
Because I'm gonna tell you what, I saw a thing on TikTok earlier. A girl
Oh.
it said she was cutting an inch off some pants, and it was way more than an inch.
Are you
So
about to talk about how he pronounces something?
Yes. When,
Oh.
when we were loading into the session yesterday, Alex was talking about the track, and he's like, it's 0.66 Kill-
6'2".
62 kilometers. What, he
No, that's the miles,
It's
and I was after that. I was like, "Hey, that's a kilometer." I wasn't. I wasn't
he
able to
couldn't
say it.
say kilometers.
It's a kilometer. It's like, what? It's like, we deciphered it, and Nick was like, what the fuck did you just say? uh,
Uh-oh. Hello?
um,
Oh,
what?
there we go. It like froze. My whole thing froze for
Oh.
a second.
All
But we're
right.
back.
Well, all right. I'm excited about Charlotte. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be one that's actually gonna take some strategy. Let's talk about who we think get to our favorite part of the show. Alex, you listen to the podcast. Just to go over the rules for anybody listening for the first time, we're going to pick a winner and an upset winner or a long shot for Charlotte. The rules are once you pick, you cannot pick yourself. Once somebody's been picked, they cannot be picked again. What we will do is we're going to start with our guest. Alex, you can go first. That way you have the pick of the field. Winner and upset winner for Charlotte.
Winner. Is this gonna sound a bit biased, but I want you to have a good week, Bennett.
Oh shit!
I
All
want you to have
right.
a good
Damn.
week, and if I can help you get a good week, I will for sure. So I'm
All
taking
right.
you to win Charlotte this week.
Hey, Alex, you
this
got a
week.
little brown on your nose, bro. You might want to
Hey, suck a
knock
dick,
that
Nick.
off.
Don't fucking worry about what's going
Damn.
on. Okay?
This
Let us
is
have
turning
our
into a
moment.
Riley Reid video.
Hey, this is the guy who went nose to
Jesus.
nose with me on my fucking dub, dude. Where were you, Nick? Bumping me?
In the back.
Chill. Yeah, chill. All right.
Hitting it from the back, dog.
All right. Hey, great pick. I like that guy too, Alex. I
Oh
think you
yeah,
got a good
I'm
pick
sure you
on
do.
that.
I'm sure you do.
That was your upset winner, right, Alex?
I'm really unsure about that. I don't know. I wasn't there last time we went to Charlotte, so
Yeah, whose fault was that?
me. So I'm gonna take Jeff. Jeff Israel
Israel?
Jr. Yeah.
Nice,
Okay,
nice.
good
All
pick.
right, Bennett, I'm picking second because I picked the winner again last week.
Okay, but didn't you go last week?
I did, and I still got the winner because y'all didn't want to pick Burns.
I know. So do you? Do you want to? Like, you don't want to keep the tradition going? You just pick
No,
last?
God no. Oh,
Oh,
God
okay.
no. I'm picking
All right.
Megs.
All right, we'll let
Kiss
you
my
go.
ass.
Okay.
So I take for the winner. Just proved that he can outlast the field, and he finished second last year to his teammate. And I think that he continues to, as he said in the chat yesterday, catch Nick in the points by only running like 5 races. So I'm going to take Loveland to win at Charlotte.
Great pick.
He finished third last year, by the way.
He finished third. Okay, I couldn't remember if he finished second or third, but either way, podium finish. As for my upset winner, I'm gonna stick on that team and say that he does something and figures out how to save some tires instead of being Tire Slayer Jr. That's PJ Parker Johnston.
All right. I like those picks. It would be well, I guess we can't. It would be nice to see Parker pull through and get himself a dub this year. After
Like to see it
having
on an
a long
oval.
drought. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Not on a road course. So love those picks. Kevin, you want to go next?
Sure, why not? And for my expected winner, I don't think I can go wrong with this one, but Jeremy Burns. He's on a roll this season, and I think it's just going to continue. I think he's got a good shot at this one. And as far as an upset goes, well, there's not a lot of people in this league that you could really consider upset, so it makes it a little hard. So I'm just going to have to go with one of the newer guys that's really proven to be pretty competitive is Dylan Smoot. He's newer. He's been competitive. He's coming up quick. We haven't seen him run at this track, though, so who knows? I think he's got a good shot if he keeps up with the pace he's been having.
I do like that comment about it's hard to pick an upset winner. I think you're right. I think we need to rename that. I think we need to look at renaming that because yeah, you are right. There's not a lot of people in here that you don't see giving themselves a chance. Nick, I'll let you go next. I'll go last this week.
Okay. I'm actually gonna pick one of the guys that I think is a powerhouse guy in this league that has not won this year yet. So I'm gonna go with Brandon Dunford, who didn't want to show up Wednesday because I think he was gonna win
He
one
heard
of those.
me.
Yeah, he was gonna win one of those
He
open
heard me.
races for sure. But I think Brandon gets a dub at the longest race of the year. Then my upset winner, I was actually leaning towards Dylan Smoot, but Kevin so kindly stole that one. So upset, you know what, I'm gonna go with him because he made it into the All-Star race the hard way. I'm gonna go Trevor Keith. I know he always gets picked here by someone also named Trevor, but I'm picking you for the right reasons, Trevor. Not because of your name, because you have the talent, because you can get it done.
All right. Well, I'm picking this first guy because he's my teammate, because he's my favorite Canadian, because he fucking picked me, and because I think he can definitely win. But I'm definitely going with the number 19 car. I think you just said it at the beginning of the podcast. You're going 1.5 miles, shit like that is your your bread and butter, your cup of tea, I believe you said earlier.
My
you
maple
could-
syrup, you know.
You could
Your
call
maple
it,
syrup.
You could call it Forge's Forte, dude.
There it is, dude. So I think that's it. So maybe we can do 1-2 again, and this time, hopefully you're
Invert
in
the
first.
roles.
Yep, and we can get you in the playoffs. As far as a quote unquote upset winner, man, if we could get like a lot of these people to show up regularly, I think there's a couple options. As far as like who's actually showing up, I'll tell you, I'm gonna pick him again because I've picked him before and he hasn't come through for me at all. And I don't even think he didn't even show up to the opens. But Brandon Richardson,
No, he
I was
showed
there.
well.
He was there.
Yeah, he was sort of there.
was it bad? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it
I
was
apologize,
horrendous,
lemon
yeah.
juice. But anyways, I want to see him break through, get himself a dub. I know he's fast. I know he's competitive. He was a playoff driver last year. Haven't seen a lot out of him this year, and I think he's due, really. So hopefully we can see him get a dub. Well, that takes us to the end. This one was good. Loved it. Alex, thanks for joining us, man. All the way from Canada.
It's been a pleasure.
That's
Hey,
awesome. Well,
say hi to the cat from me behind you.
yeah, he fucking makes an appearance every time. Dude. I think Patrick made a Black Cat Magic reference one time last season, so that was cool. But yeah, thanks for coming out, dude. Appreciate it on short notice for sure. I know everybody's schedule's busy, so glad you carve out some time for us.
It's been a pleasure, like I
Is there
said.
anything else, Alex, you want to say before we say adios? Or I don't know what you guys say in French. To
Au
say
revoir.
Au
There you
revoir.
go. Au revoir.
Adios.
Yeah.
Well,
With a
Bennett, I
French
can relate to
accent.
the Black Cat magic thing because I do have a Black Cat too.
Oh shit,
Alright,
twinsies.
alright.
And,
Now
there
we
you
got.
go.
Now we gotta know what's its name.
Well, it's in French, so good luck.
Bolognaise.
Alright.
Cigar.
Let me
Say it.
guess. Hold on.
Go.
Let me guess. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Wait, say it
So
again.
what'd you say again?
Cigar.
Like
Is that a
seagull?
C or an S?
Cigars. Well, like because GARS is boy in French,
Yeah.
so it's like
Okay.
little boy. It's my little
Okay.
boy, but in
Okay.
French.
So now spell that one more time for everybody.
T
It's
I
like
T
cigar. Oh,
Hold on, shut up, everybody, shut up. T-I what?
TIT
T-I-T
space
space
GARS.
G-A-R-S.
Nick's not mature enough to call
Okay.
your cat by its name. I'm just
No,
gonna
he would
tell
call
you.
it tit gars for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
I'm surprised when you
Wait,
said T-I-T,
so
he didn't say something.
You pronounced it Siga, though, right? Is that right?
Well, you don't pronounce the second T, and you just say GA, so Tiga.
Siga.
Tiga.
Yeah, the pronunciation is
Alright,
TIGA.
Tiga?
Tiga.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Tiga.
it's T-I-G-A. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Like Tigger, but Tigger.
Like a tiger.
There
Like
it
my
is.
Boston
Alright.
accent would, instead of saying Tigger, I'd say Tigger.
Except
I don't
if
think
you
it's
said
fucking
it
anything
Tiga.
like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm basically French. I don't pronounce my R's.
All right, well, mine's not as cool as yours. I just fucking named him after a baseball player, Jeter. So, not as cool. You
I
definitely
thought
got
you
me on
named him
that one.
after a TikTok, dude. Like, come on, Jamal, don't get denied.
No, I did not name him. No, that's what you guys named him after the TikTok. Calm down, Justice. Weren't you on a TikTok this past week?
I was. Not quite as viral
Hey
yet.
Nick, you want to pull that one up again just for good measure?
Yeah.
Speaking of viral,
Let's,
Nick, yeah.
let's look at this one more time as the 12 embarrasses himself one more time this season.
I've not embarrassed myself this season. Not like that. That was the first time.
Oh,
I probably
let's watch
shouldn't have said that because now that's going to be a clip on a TikTok.
I love the
Roses
slow
are
motion
red.
here.
The hangover is lit.
6-1 odds our car is beat to shit.
Beat. Oh shit.
Oh, I love it. One one more shout out to Trevor Keith at Keith Stone 48 on
Yes.
TikTok. Go give him a follow. For anybody who's new to listen to the podcast, if for some reason you've stumbled across us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you find us at, know that every Wednesday we race at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have an awesome broadcasting group over at Simtrax who always shouts us out, does great work for us. I mean, just absolutely takes the experience of sim racing and just elevates it to a next level. Makes all of us want to come out. So make sure this podcast is not going to make a fuck worth of sense if you don't go and check out the broadcast. So make sure to go give Patrick and Stella and the guys over there a follow, a like, tune in every Wednesday, and then come catch us again every Friday morning at what time we let the podcast out, Nick?
7 a.m. Eastern
7
time.
a.m. Come catch us and join us next week.
Also, really quick, for Simtrax Broadcast, you can find them on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Their handle is the same thing for everything. That's Simtrax Broadcasting, Simtrax, Simtrax Broadcasting.
Are they on Twitch?
They are not. No,
Nope.
it's just Facebook live streaming and
Facebook
then
and YouTube.
also YouTube. Yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I mostly use YouTube, but I was just thinking, I couldn't remember if they had a Twitch or not.
Yeah, he said something about wasn't worth a fuck free Twitch, quote unquote Patrick's words.
Not wrong.
All right. Well, I had a good time on it when I was streaming. But anyways, all right. Well, make sure to tune in next week, guys. Appreciate you all coming out. All the co-hosts, Alex, thanks for joining us again, man. And we'll see you next week.
Good night,
Peace
everybody.
out.
Good night, bonne nuit tout le monde.